Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spirit on the Spectrum. I'm sending everyone so much love and light. In this video, I'm going to be talking about manifesting and the truth about manifesting. I think that people don't understand like the full picture of it and how, at the core of it, we're manifesting all the time. Manifesting isn't about, you know, positive thinking. It's not that it's part of it, but not all of it is just positive thinking and, like getting getting abundance by thinking positively. We're manifesting all the time. And this is a part two of a three-part thing I'm doing because it's three topics that are all connected. The first one I talked about basically the nature of our reality, that we're living in and that we're multidimensional beings. And it all ties together, so I'll discuss it in this. But basically, we're living in a simulation, and the closest scientific term to it that we have would be a quantum field. And this field is created with love. And love is also synonymous with frequency, vibration, energy, awareness. It's it's like it's all the same thing when we're talking about this. So the frequency that you hold is what is being matched by the quantum field, the simulation. So you're always manifesting. So if you're holding a state of and it's not going to be like an immediate response. Sometimes it's delayed, but like for me, I struggle with anxiety. When I'm holding a state of anxiety, the environment responds to that, and I have like and it's like it's because we're in a we're in a school. Earth is a school, so we're it's designed to teach us things. So if I'm holding anxiety as a frequency in me, the quantum field responds, and it's like she needs to overcome anxiety. This is something she needs to work on, she needs to deal with. And so it throws situations at you that will help you master that frequency. And I think people don't realize that we're always manifesting. So the key is to manifest your best life, the life that you want, your what I call it the ultimate timeline, because I've discussed with my guides. My guides are here. They're always here. And I've discussed with my guides, they've shown me kind of like how planning our lives works. And because we're multidimensional beings and we experience awareness there on the other side so differently than here. So I've been shown that when we're planning our lives, we see endless timelines in front of us at the same time. But there's one ultimate timeline we want. It's the desirable one. It's the one we truly want. And the quantum field and your guides and your angels and everyone is trying to help you get to that ultimate timeline. But we're co-creating here just as because the time also does not exist on the other side. My guides explain it that they don't time does not exist there, but they do kind of feel a passing of awareness, but there's no death. So how, like here we die, so time is measurable, and like our viewpoint of things is differently, but there's no death there. So it's more of like a measurable of experience. Like how many things have you experienced there and in incarnations? Because Earth is just one school. There's many schools. So in this so we're multidimensional beings, and our higher self is still there. And I point up, but it's like it's all on top of each other. It's all right here. It's like dimensional. But and you access the everything from within. It's almost like, and when I will meditate, I just had an experience this morning when I was meditating where it's like you go within to your higher self, to the other dimensions. And when I was in the state of like pure awareness, when I came back to myself, I went through this geometric tunnel of golden amber, and it was like, the shapes inside of it, it was a tunnel, and I came back through it. And it's like everything's on top of each other, like you access higher dimensions within you, And I've seen lots of tunnels like that when I meditate. So it's definitely like it's all on top of each other, and you're accessing it within you to get. So the other side, heaven, whatever you want to call it, is right here. And all your guides and beings that have passed are all right here. And they're always trying to talk to you and get messages to you. So definitely try to contact them, reach out to them. They will find a way to respond. But you can do them a favor by getting to the highest frequency possible. Because the higher frequency that you hold, the closer you are to your natural state, which is love. And that the higher frequencies is how you get closer to your ultimate timeline, the life the desirable life, the one you want to be living, and that's how you manifest your best life. And the key to doing that is hard work. It's like I said, when I was struggling with anxiety over and over again, I was manifesting situations to help me bring awareness to it and overcome it. And it's not like, okay, you bring awareness to it, you've overcome it, and it's gone forever. Life's full of ups and downs. You're going to be constantly faced with these things. But the key is how quickly can you go back to awareness, back to love. And, you know, we can hold so many negative frequencies inside of us because we've all lived lives on earth. You know, we've all had traumas and experiences. And usually by the time we're awakening, like most light workers, we're like, I'm 35. All of this really started for me in my early 30s. I mean, I had been meditating. I talk about that in a video, and I realized that my life up until that point had made me able to really dive into this. But you know, we've had things happen to us, and so you have to clear it all out. You got to clear the junk, and in order to do that, it's hard. You have to look at parts of yourself that, you know, you don't really want to admit exist, but know that there's no shame or judgment there. So why should we have shame or judgment here? We just have to, you know, if you did something and you hurt someone and you don't want to think about it, you feel terrible about it, just facing it. Face it, know, knowing that it was wrong. If you can, it's not always possible, but if you can, reaching out to the person that you hurt and, you know, letting them know you're sorry. I mean, that's a basic situation, you know, like I've dealt with some serious traumas that I obviously cannot, things that have been done to me that affected me. And obviously I can't be reaching out to the person who did that, but you know, you have, once you face and clear that frequency, it's like a frequency pattern that gets like imprinted in you, then you move on. And that is clearing like the karmic cycle of it. You know, and I should do a video on like karmic cycles, because you can complete all your karmic cycles in this lifetime if you keep trying to reach the frequency of love. And you're not forced to come back. We as beings choose to keep coming back because we like equality, like we like balance and harmony. And so if we lived a lifetime where we did bad things and we didn't realize it in that lifetime, of course we're going to want to come back and, you know, balance the scales. Like, but that's just who we are as beings. But it's not like you're being forced on the other side to come do things you don't want to do. It's free will's honored no matter what. It's honored here, it's honored there. It's at the core of who we are as beings. But the path to manifesting your ultimate timeline is hard, because you do have to face parts of yourself that you don't want to look at. And of course, that's the hardest thing to do. You know, it's hard to admit to yourself that you did terrible things, or to face traumas that have been done to you. Because, and I think for light workers, that's probably a big thing. And for me, you know, like I've lived a pretty peaceful life my whole life. I've done some bad things. Obviously, we're human beings, you know, we're cut off from our, you know, the home, the frequency of love, that the beings that we are, you know, like we have to work to get back to that. So we're inherently selfish beings on Earth, like especially because we are raised to be like that. So obviously, we've all done things we don't like. But for me, I've gone through a lot of traumas. Like I had like a traumatic childhood. My dad was bipolar, and I would not have even said that out loud like 5 years ago, 7 years ago. So I really had to I had to face all that to get to where I am today. I'm autistic, and I'm going to do a separate video on this. And my channel is called Spirit on the Spectrum. Most light workers are neurodivergent. It's just the way it is, and it's a byproduct of holding advanced soul bodies in the human body. It it's like it doesn't cause it, and it does. It's like it's hand in hand, because as light workers, we're highly empathetic. And, some people and autism and neurodivergence is a broad spectrum, and it affects everyone differently. But people who are autistic, even on the highest end of the spectrum, who people try to say they don't have empathy, they do. They just have problems regulating their emotions, which is something I struggle with. So a big part of it is holding our advanced soul bodies in the human body and the amount of empathy we have. And sometimes we have to realize that that's there, but it's there. And that's why I created this channel, because I want light workers to know that there's not something wrong with them, and maybe realizing that you are neurodivergent will help you, because I think a lot of people don't realize that they are. So I'm going to do a whole separate video on that, because I talked about that with my guides a lot. But yeah, really just looking inward is hard, but you have to do it as light workers. And if you're finding this video, you're probably a light worker. You have to do it to be able to manifest your ultimate timeline. And you have to figure out, and in that process, you will begin to figure out what is causing you harm in your life and what isn't, what you need to change, what you need to clear out. And every time you make that step, you will get closer to that timeline that you want to be living. And in doing all this, because we're here on a mission, we want to help Earth ascend. We're here in this critical moment in Earth's history, and all of us are here, and there's thousands and thousands. I mean, I think like hundreds of thousands of light workers on Earth right now. My guides use the word unprecedented. It is unprecedented how critical this moment is in Earth's timeline, and how we all chose to be here to help Earth's ascension. But you do that by doing the hard work, looking inward, clearing out as many of the negative frequencies you can, and holding love in your heart as much as possible. And I don't know if it was my guides or I heard it somewhere, but the first thought you have on something is human, right? Because we are on Earth, we are human beings. Just because we're also light workers doesn't mean we're not human. But the second thought is your true self. So if you pass judgment on someone, do not be hard on yourself, because that's the human part of you that passed the judgment. But how quickly can you shift to your true state, your awareness, and realize, oh my God, why did I think that? That's not really what I think. And so much of this is not judging or being shameful of yourself, having compassion and understanding for yourself. And loving yourself is so important. It is the first step in loving others. You cannot love others if you do not love yourself. And I'm a people pleaser, which I think a lot of light workers are. And I wanted to please everyone, but I was not loving myself, and I still struggle with that. So one of the best advice I can give people is to look inward, love yourself, have compassion for yourself, be kind to yourself, and in doing so, the love will spew out to everyone around you. It just will. The key to loving others, spreading love, helping in Earth's ascension, is to love yourself and look inward and face the things that are the hardest to face. The hardest things you will face will give you the biggest breakthroughs. Like, anxiety has been such a huge component of my life, and I'm still mastering it, but I can see that me really working on it, bringing awareness to it and focusing on it is allowing me to access the highest frequencies I did not think possible, like states of love I did not think possible. And I I feel energy now. Like, it's beautiful. Like, it's almost like I can feel when I'm in that state of love, my whole body vibrates. It's like getting goosebumps or chills, but like times 10 in a way. It's like I'm actually vibrating. And I know you all can do it. I know that you're all capable of it. I talk to my guides about it. Everyone watching this is capable of doing the things I'm doing. So that's why I'm making these videos and trying to give guidance and advice, because I just want to help other light workers. I mean, this is the time. This is the critical moment. This is like, we, we need to be helping Earth ascend. We need to be doing the work. We all came here on a mission, and this is a call to all the light workers. Like, we need to get to work and start focusing on doing this and raising our frequencies so we can help Earth ascend. And I was talking to my guys earlier about how part of it too is like the quantum field is the thinnest it's ever been. Or or the state. Sometimes it's like they tell me things and it's not with words and I get it, so it's hard to explain. And they just told me this morning, but it's like the veil is the thinnest it's ever been. So it's so critical. And then we have this chaotic man in the United States, literally starting like World War III. And I talked in a video that I'm pretty sure using religious terminology is uncomfortable for me. I talk to Jesus a lot, like I channel him, and he understands why it's uncomfortable for me, because my dad was bipolar and he used religion in his delusions and he was violent. But the closest word to describe this man is the Antichrist. He's literally the man who came here to, I don't want to say he's not a test, but it's like he's here to make or break us as a humanity. Like, do we succeed in ascension, or do we fail in going back and diving into the negative frequencies? Like, this is truly the critical moment, and why hundreds of thousands of light workers are on Earth right now. Like, we want to win. We will win. I saw a vision and I got a download of us winning. So, and again, time is always in flux. Time isn't Time is fluid. It's not set in stone. So could we lose? Yes. We have done this before and we have lost. There have been other Earths. I mean, we don't always win, but we're gonna win. We're gonna win this time. And I am hoping people find my videos and they are helpful to them in some way. Manifesting is not just manifesting your best life. You can't just positively think manifesting. You have to feel it. It is frequency, it is vibration. You have to clear out negative frequencies, hold higher frequencies within you, so that the quantum field, the simulation, whatever you want to call it, matches you. That is how you do it. That is what manifesting is. You must feel it, not think it. If you're thinking it, it's not manifesting it. You have to feel it. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be, you have to just do the work to get there. And hopefully, if you're finding this video, you're obviously on the path. You've already been doing it if you're finding my video. So hang in there. And, I just sending everyone so much love and light. And I'm going to do a part 3 talking about how New Age beliefs get a lot of things wrong and they could be causing some harm. And I found out, like, when I was meditating this morning, I really try to go into my meditations like, I want to hear your responses regardless of what I think it is or what my opinion is. And what they told me this morning was beautiful but kind of shocking. And I'm going to share that in my part 3 because it's about New Age beliefs. But okay, I always ask my guides if they want to share something. Manifesting your ultimate timeline is important but not attaining it is okay. It's about the lessons. It's about the things you learn on the way. And being on earth makes all of you exposed to negative frequencies. It is okay to be angry. It is okay to be frustrated. That is part of the journey. Forgive yourself, feel those emotions, and move to love as quickly as possible. Love is truly the gateway to all. You are love. You are awareness. And your team is right beside you in this very moment, helping you. You you chose your teams and they chose you. You're all working together as equals. Please remember, the spirit side is not better than you. You are equals to them, and we are all a team. You are all powerful beings of love and light. Tell yourself that daily, and don't forget it. We love you all so much, and remember, all is well. Okay, that's what my guides are to share. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to release the part 3 in a couple days after I release this, so please look out for that. And please like, subscribe, post comments if you have questions. My guys and I are happy to answer questions. We would love to. And thank you so much for watching.